We're starting today's video with me ceremoniously drinking an espresso. So in today's video we are going to talk about 2019 and what I'm looking forward to in terms of synths, events, but also content and trends. So let's get to it. A really cool thing that is happening this year is that I will actually be working with Bow Beats as pretty much my main job. Now, I won't do it full time because I actually have to take care of my children as well, so I'll be part-time at home with the kids and part-time doing Bow Beats. But this is still different from what I did previously, where I had to kind of split my attention between my university work and the channel. Yeah, I'm already feeling kind of the difference, not having to think about reading 20-30 student papers every week and have more mental energy to put into scripts and video ideas. So a little bit more peace of mind is something that I'm looking forward to this year. So what synths am I looking forward to this year? Well, we've just had the announcements of the new Volcas, the modular Volca and the new drum machine, and I know Cuckoo got some cool videos on those. I'm not really that excited with the Volcas, and one reason is this. I have the Volca keys, and I know it's a touchy subject to bring up why you don't like the Volcas. Like, they're perfectly fine synths. I even recommend Volcas in many of my videos. It's a great place to start if you want to start out with synthesis and learn hardware synths. I just find that I don't really have a place for Volcas in my type of setups. I'm not too sure why. I guess one obvious reason is that I have a lot of stuff already that do all the same things. I have the Eurex, so yeah, it's not. I don't think the new Volcas are for me, but I do really like the design of them, and I think that the Volca modular is actually brilliant. I think that's a brilliant step for the Volca series. I was thinking, like, how could they actually make a Volca that makes sense, that isn't really done with the previous iterations. So I was really happy to see that it was real. Now we just need to see some more actual content on the Volca modular to see how good it is. But yeah, definitely something to watch out for in 2019. And speaking about Korg, the thing that I'm excited about is of course the Minilogue XD. It actually looks really cool. It really feels to me like they've taken the Minilogue, which is a great synth, great design. You all know that I really dig it. And they've just added a bunch of features to make it even greater. I don't think that it's a Minilogue killer, like some are saying. I've already had like 10 comments about that on my Minilogue videos, like, the Minilogue is obsolete, XD is here. I don't think that. I think it's a little bit like the Drum Brute and the Drum Brute Impact. They are very similar in design, so of course people will, pretend like they're canceling out each other. But honestly, I think they will cater to slightly different audiences. And somebody like me who is really in love with the Minilogue sound, the harshness, the metallic clanginess of it, might not feel as strongly for something like the XD. However, since the workflow is so similar, since the design is so similar, it feels like a no-brainer to check it out. So let me know if you want me to make some content about the Korg Minilogue XD. Now with NAMM coming up, there are of course a lot of secret stuff that I can't talk about. I can just tell you that there are some really interesting products and developments happening in the synth scene, and I think some of them are really going to catch your eye and be interesting for you to check out. So yeah, be sure to follow the NAMM coverage. Now another manufacturer that I will be following closely is Behringer. I haven't really jumped on board on the Behringer train yet. I haven't purchased any Behringer products, so I'll be really interested to see what kind of clones are coming out this year, but more so if they're going to do some more novel products, because I still think that the Neutron is probably their most interesting synth, and I'm less, because I don't really have this nostalgic feel about the clones, so I don't really feel that strongly about them, I guess. So I'm more interested in their new and novel products like the DeepMind and the Neutron. So I'm quite interested to see what they come up with this year. So next up, let's talk about synth events. So NAMM is coming up, but I'm not going. It's too much of a time and energy investment for me. I need to prioritize other things. But there is a little bit of a secret event coming up in March that I will be going to. I'm not too sure how much I can talk about it. It's not really a public event, and there will be a lot of internet personalities going to this event. I'm for one, looking forward to meeting everybody again. I had a lot of fun in London when I went there for an innovation event last September, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this event now in March as well, so stay tuned for content around that. And then we have Superbooth in May, and I'm a little bit on the fence about whether or not I'm going. So I want to ask, do you want me to go? What kind of coverage would you like to see? What would you like to see me do at Superbooth? Or would you just like to have like a meetup or something? I really want to go. It seems like a lot of fun meeting all of you guys and meeting a lot of other creators and seeing a lot of cool stuff. But it's of course also a very big time and energy investment on my part, especially considering that I have a family with small children that I need to take care of. So yeah, but let me know if you want me to go, and that will definitely factor into me going or not going. So what kind of trends do I think we'll be seeing more of in 2019? Well, the first trend is that I think we'll be seeing more hybrid synths. This kind of merging between analog and digital synthesizers. For example, digital oscillators but analog signal path. We've already seen a few great synth in this category. For example, the Novation Peak is a hybrid. Some people overlook it. It's not just a digital synth, even if that's not bad in itself, but it's really something much more. It sounds really good, by the way. Something to definitely look at if you're looking for like a polyphonic synth. So I think that we'll be seeing more hybrid solutions, because even though analog is still pretty popular, looking at like the Behringer clones, for example, I do think that the whole like analog revival, that trend is sort of fading out, and I basically think that people are ready for something new. So more hybrid synths for sure. Now another trend that I think we'll be seeing a lot online is even more kind of YouTube personalities around synths and music production, because I feel like we've seen this grow over the last 3-4 years, where we had just a few people doing it, and now we're seeing more and more people getting into it. And I think we're also creating more of a community around it. People are more used to seeing actual faces, actual people, actual personalities, not just hands-on synths, which is of course cool too, with the demos. But I really think that on social media we're seeing more of this personality-driven content now. Whether or not you like that, that's up to you. I mean, you're here watching, so I think you are okay with it. But I think that's kind of a natural stepping stone online when it comes to online content creators in the synth and music production sphere, that will just have more personality-driven channels. And I think that's a good thing. I think that will mean more diversity, more interesting perspective, many different takes on creativity, whether or not you're doing kind of over-the-top crazy stuff, DIY stuff, or if you're doing kind of your more standard synth reviews. I think it's a good thing that we're seeing more of this variation, that we're building up sort of a viewer base as well for these kind of videos. So what I'm seeing here is a real audience emerging, not just people watching the occasional videos, but actually following the channels. I really hope that this trend continues and that more and more people get engaged with the content that content producers are putting out, because there are so many great smaller channels now that are starting to build up their reputation, and I'm very happy to see it. I've featured a lot of people here on this channel before, and I'll be sure to feature more of the smaller channels this year. So also be sure to let me know if there's any like small channel that you think I missed, that you think is showing promise, that are uploading regularly, doing something interesting with synths and music production and creativity, that sort of stuff, and I'll be sure to check it out. So you can drop a comment about that as well if you want to. Now when it comes to my content, I just want to mention a few things. I got the Lyra 8 from Soma Laboratory sent over here, and that's a synth that I'm exploring. It's a very powerful experience. It's very much an instrument. It has very little to do with the technical specifications. It's not something that wow you on paper, but when you play it, it's actually really cool. I have actually released 2 songs that are available for my patrons, but they are actually out on Bandcamp as well. So 2 songs that I made with the Lyra 8, and I'll be sure to make some coverage here on the channel as well about that synth. Now, another intriguing synth that I got over here is the Medusa from Polyend. I'm going to release a couple of jamming videos, and here's just a short snippet kind of showing you where I'm at with it at the moment. So this is stuff that I'm looking forward to, things that I'll be doing in this year, some of the trends that I'll be looking out for. Seems like it's shaping up to be a great year. So I'll be working much more with Bowbeats this year than I've ever done. I hope you're with me, and yeah, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I honestly think that out of all the requests that I've had here on the channel, me actually getting into espresso is up there. Top 10 requests, definitely. I think it goes to show with my popularity with the Italian and maybe French viewers, I suppose. So.